Hello everyone, this is Kene, and today I'll be showing you how to prepare your questions in Microsoft Word and importing all those questions into Moodle. Now there's an intermediary there. You go from Microsoft Word to XML. So the content of the Microsoft Word document has to be converted to XML, and it is that XML that is then imported into Moodle. So without let's not talk so much about it. Let us do it, right? So I'm going to show us a sample document here. So here's a sample document, guys. I will share my screen right away. Right, so here we have this document. The thing is, in my previous video, I showed us how to prepare multiple choice questions with or without tables. And you can also embed pictures, and those pictures will show in Moodle when you import the questions into Moodle, right? Today now, I'm going to show everyone how to include all the types of Moodle questions, at least the one that majority of Moodle questions, right? So the first thing here I want us to take note of, just watch the other video on multiple choice questions. So, many of the things I'll be saying today are simply repeated. You set the category of the question by using, open square bracket and close square bracket. And in between, you have the word category, all caps. So every letter of the word category is capitalized. And you set that with this equal to sign. You set it to the name of the category, my word quiz 3 in this instance. Now, how do I put a multiple choice question? You begin, guys, it is important that we get this, right? You begin with this expression here, star, E star, multi, and 2 hashtags. That tells the system that you are beginning a question. So you have it this way, and if your question has an instruction, so just put the instruction right after star, E star, multi with 2 hashtags. So make sure that the question follows immediately afterwards. Right, then you can implement a paragraph by having a paragraph in your Word document. So here now, I have a paragraph. Then I'm also going to have a paragraph when it's imported into Moodle. That's all you need to do to get a paragraph. And then here we have a question. Remember, I said in the last video that whatever style you apply will also be applied in Moodle. In other words, if I underline a word, it will also be underlined in Moodle. If I italicize a word, it will also be italicized in Moodle. If I make it bold, it will also be made bold in Moodle. Now, guys, how do I indicate? This is a multiple choice question. That's why we have the word multi. Now, how do I indicate which of the options is the correct answer? That, you see, you find this caret here. So in front of the correct answer, you should put a caret. That tells the system that the word unsuccessful is the answer. The default point for a question is 1, just 1 point. But I can set a default weight for the answer to a question by using a vertical line, just a stroke there, the vertical stroke. Then the word in capital letters, points, it must be capitalized, and set it equal to 3. So if a candidate gets this question correct, that is, picks unsuccessful as the answer, then such a candidate will get 3 points for that answer. So that's what it is, guys. But if you do not, now if I wish that, oh, the answer to the question should attract just 1 point, then I'm not going to set the points. The system will automatically deduce that there should be 1 point for the correct answer. So if you look at this second question, everything here, this constitutes the second question with its options. The weight of the answer to the question is 1 because I did not set the points to a numeric value. That's it. Now here, there's a picture embedded, right? I told us that the default position of the picture is, above the picture is placed above the text of the question. So even though I have this picture under this question, in Moodle, the picture will appear above the text. That's the default position. But if I wish to have, the picture set in line, so a text before and, if I have text before and text after the picture, then I will use this and set it to position, and that should be, say, down. So the picture will be placed, under the text of the question. Right, guys? Right, just give me a moment. I need to confirm what I should have here, if it's going to be, if it should be a square bracket or just a vertical line. Let's see. So guys, I'll just go to my okay. I think you guys should just watch the other video, but I believe that this here is the right thing. Vertical line here and close with the vertical line. Then position is equal to down. But in this case now, I want the picture to be above the text of the question. So I'm just going to take this off. Just take it off like this. That's default. Right. Now, guys, I'm just going to skip this. This is another multiple choice question. And yet another multiple choice question. Now, how about including a short answer type question? How do we do this? Let's listen, guys. You start with star E star, that begins the question, and then the type of question, short answer. So you need to spell it out, spell everything out. Short answer. If you wish not to use short answer, then you could simply use the term SA. It's either you say short answer or you type SA. So any of the two will be recognized as the answer. So that's it, guys. So that's a short answer question. And the question itself is, what is the name of any person, animal, place, or thing? Now, you agree that there will be, or there could be, different answers considered correct. So all answers that you wish to award marks for, you have this. Just type ans, the word ans, with a star here, right? An asterisk. So you have the asterisk after the word ans, all capitalized, all the letters capitalized, and you leave a space, just a space there, and then a correct answer. So this is one correct answer. Now, as many correct answers as you wish to have. Now this is noun here with a full stop, a period here, a noun with a capital letter, noun all capitalized with a full stop, noun all capitalized without a full stop, and a noun. Just on and on and on and on. Now the default, guys, is 1 point. It's 1 point, but that may not be the case. I may wish to award 5 marks if the question is answered correctly. So you set the weight of the answer to that question by using a a vertical stroke and end with a vertical stroke, and in between the word used is what? Points. Points, and that is set to 5. So 5 marks will be awarded for getting this question correct. So that's how you include a short answer question. It's as easy, just as easy as it gets, right? Now let's look at a closed question. What's this closed question? It's like a passage, and at different points in the passage, you have gaps. There are gaps at different points in the passage, and at every gap, you have a set of options. Now, one of those options will be the word that will fill that gap at that point. One of those options at that point will be the one to fill the gap correctly at that point. So that's what you have as a closed question, right? So how do I have that? I begin with star, E star, and the word is a closed question. It's a closed question, right? So here, the word is spelled C-L-O-Z-E. That's the close that I mean there. And you make sure that you put two hashtags. Then the passage, just have the passage, right? You can implement a paragraph anywhere. I'm just going to show us how to do it. So I'll come here, let's say I want this to be the start of a paragraph. I'll just put it this way. So just make sure that there is a space in between, just one line space. That will be a paragraph in Moodle. That's just what you need to do. Now, what about the gaps? Those gaps in the passage, how do I indicate the gaps? This is what you do. You type begin curly brace. Just use a pair of curly braces, guys, just a pair of curly braces. And in between, you have a hyphen, not a dash, guys, just a hyphen in between. Now, what this means is that the options will be pasted here. A set of options will be pasted here, and the same thing here, a set of options will be pasted, a set of options will be pasted here, a set of options will be. So once the system encounters this expression here, curly braces with a hyphen in between, a set of options will be pasted there. And now, guys, you see that these here are those options, right? It then means that once the computer finds this set of options, it will put it in the first of those gaps. Put it in the first of those gaps. It encounters another set of options. It puts it in the second of those gaps. So that's how it flows downwards. Now, this here is the syntax for the options for your closed question. Use the word ANS for a set of options, ANS, and a star, an asterisk. Now, leave no spaces after the asterisk. What should be the weight of that question? You can even set the weight of a set of options, at a given point in the passage. So if a student gets that correct, the student could, for instance, have 3 points. It doesn't have to be 1. So that's why I have these 3 here. The number after the asterisk indicates the weight of the answer to the question. That's what it is. Now you use a colon. So you have colon there, right? And what follows will be the options themselves. So stock is an option, circulation, distribution, and then supply. Now, guys, I want us to take note of something. Here, you have this tilde. So this mark here, this symbol here is used to separate options. So a tilde between stock and circulation, and between circulation and distribution, there's another tilde. And the next thing you want to ask is, so how does the computer determine which is the correct answer, which is the correct option? For the option that is the correct one, so you may have something like this. We have something like this, right? So that's what it should be at the start. But I want supply to be the correct answer. So I'm going to use the percentage sign with 100 and then end again with percentage sign. So that tells the system that supply is the correct answer. So that's what is done here. Now, the correct answer, the one with the percent sign, that is percent 100%, can be placed anywhere. You know, it can come in any order. The set of the options within the set can come in any order. So that's why you have here, this correct answer is the last option. This correct answer is the last option. And then for this, it is the first option. And for this, it is the second option. So, you know, I mean, it's the third option here. So on and on. You don't have to have the correct answer in one position, you know, in all the gaps. No, that's not, that shouldn't necessarily be the case. So that's how you prepare your close question, guys. Just use this syntax. Now here you have the options at the gap, options at the gap here, and options at the gap. You know, that way. Please let's look at this very, very, very carefully, you know, and make sure that there are no mistakes. So we go to the next type of question, which here is the matching question. And how do we indicate what type it is, you know, so that the computer understands what to do? You use the word match. So star E star match and a pair of hashtags. Match the countries with their capital cities. So there is going to be, so for every option, there will be, you know, there should be an accompaniment, something to accompany it. That should be the match. So I have Lagos here and the capital is Ikeja. So between the option and its match, please use a tilde. Between the option, in this case Lagos, and its match, please use a tilde. Lagos, Ikeja is the capital, Anambra, Oka is the capital, Edo, Benin is the capital, Ogun, Abeokuta is the capital. Now, these have matches, right? And there's a match for Lagos, a match for Anambra, a match for Edo, a match for Ogun. But you see here now that there is no match for Akwa Ibom, no match for Delta, and no match for Abia. It then means that each of these three, you know, bottom options are distractors. So they will be placed among things that you should match, but they are just there to complicate matters for the test taker. That's just their rule, you know, in simple terms. Now I need to set, guys, you really need to set the weight, you know, of the answers to the question. So every question will have 2 points, and overall, all the questions will add up to 8. So I think that's the case. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the questions will add up to 8. That's how, you know, it's done for matching questions. Now, what about true false? True false questions. So I have Mr. E star, and this is TF. TF there stands for true false. So guys, you are free to use the term true false without a space in between, all caps. True false, just this way, for example. True false, just like that, or the simple shorter way of doing it, the simpler shorter way of doing it, which is just put TF. And choose true or false for the following questions. So after this instruction, you state the question, and then, you know, guys, you don't need to say T or F. I mean, you don't need to say true or false. Just use a T or an F. So you use the word ans with an asterisk. This star here, that's the answer. The answer, and the answer is false. The false is not spelled fully. Guys, please let us understand this. The false is not spelled fully. Just an F will suffice, or a T alone will suffice. Now, I wish to award 2 points for this question. 2 points. So use a standing line with the term points and set it equal to 2. So that's how you prepare your true false question. What about essay type of question, guys? Here, this particular question, if you look at the screen carefully, you see this essay type of question. Simple. It's an essay, right? You wish to write. So star is star, then the type is essay. Essay with 2 hashtags. Write a letter to your friend abroad telling him about the happenings in Nigeria. That's all you need to do for essay type questions. And you, if you wish, you set the points. So use a standing line and the 10 points equal to what the maximum obtainable should be. So in this case, it is 50. Then you close the standing bracket. Now, if you do not indicate, that is, you have something like this, you do not indicate the maximum obtainable, then for the essay question, the default points will be 100. 100. That should be the default. But you can alter that. You can set it to your preference. So that is what I've done here. Points is set to 50. Right. So guys, let's look at the drag and drop. Drag and drop. It's just the term drag. Use the term drag. Star is star drag and 2 hashtags. 2 hashtags. That's the drag and drop kind of question. So the computer prepares the drag and drop question. Drag the items to their corresponding matches. Right? So here, guys, I have star. I have here star P star. Just use the term star P star and star P star, star P star, star P star. If there is a capital of, just do it this way. This time there will be two square brackets, 2 open square brackets and 2 closing square brackets. Not single open and close square brackets, double. And inside you count, you put the numbers beginning, from 1. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, in that order. Then to now set the item to which, one element can be dragged to, you use the term ans and an asterisk and then a space there, guys, right? So ans here for the first one, Oyo, that is going to put this Oyo at this position 1, which is the first. Delta at position 2 because it's the second. Then Edo at position 3 because it's the third one, and Anambra is at position 4 because it is the fourth one. So that's how you prepare your drag and drop kind of questions, guys, right? Yeah. Now let's see, what about the numerical type of question? How do we set that? There are two formats for numerical type of questions. Those that will require units as part of the evaluation. So if, for example, the answer is 100 centimeters and you write, say, 100 meters, okay, you have something that translates to 100 meters. That will be wrong because the unit is a core factor, in determining whether the answer is correct or not. In a question that has units to be used, the unit should be used. And how do I tell the computer? How does the computer know when the units should be used, or when units should be used and when it should not be used? So let's look at the 2 types. Star is star. Numerical is the word. So that's a numerical type of question with 2 hashtags. What is the answer? What is the answer? So The question follows after a line break. So implement a paragraph here. 5 multiplied by 9. 5 multiplied by 9. Now, in this case, guys, when it is written just this way, it means that no unit is needed. No unit is needed. The unit is not needed for this question. So, ans, then you put an asterisk, ans, and then the correct answer, which is 45. That's all. And then the last type, which is also numerical, you begin the same way, star is star numerical with 2 hashtags. What is the answer? So I implement a paragraph here, just leave a line. And then it's still, okay, this time it's 5 plus 6, right? Now, guys, there is the need to indicate whether the unit should be used or not. So in this case, I have asked the system to consider the unit as part of what determines the correctness of an answer. So the term there is unit used. Unit used. So it starts after an asterisk and ends, and okay, yeah, it starts with an asterisk and ends with an asterisk. So that's unit used, right? Then ans. What is this 11? You see that, let's look at it, let's complete it manually. 5 plus 6 is 11. And there is this tilde here, and the unit afterwards. What this means is that the unit is associated with this 11. So the answer will be 11 meters. And now if you look at the other option there, I do not have 11 again. What this means is simply this, guys. Since I know that 5 plus 6 is 11, and I need this to be in centimeters, I'm going to multiply this 11 by 100. That will give me the centimeter value. Then 11 meters. So here we have the values here, centimeters, and the the sum of 5 and 6 is 11, right? So that will be 11 multiplied by 100. 11 multiplied by 100. That's 1,100 centimeters. And then the same for kilometers. So 0.001 kilometers. So that will be, this will be used 0.001 used to multiply 11. So that's it, guys. I hope we understand. These are the different types of Moodle questions that you might come across, And let's now save our document. Now, the next we need to do is to convert the content of this Word document into XML. So let's go to my website. It's called that's at www.thetutoraid.com.ng www.thetutoraid.com.ng. So let's see what we have there. Right. So I am going to home. So guys, I'm just going to take us to the website. So here it is, thetutoraid.com.ng. Right. And what we need is this. MS Word, because we use Moodle. We used Word to prepare the question. So MS Word to Moodle XMLizer. That brings us here, right? I'm going to select, I need to upload the docx file. We need to upload it. So let's come here and we look for it, sample.x. I hope that's what it is. Sample 2 rather. Sample 2. Let's see. I do not suppose it is sample 2, I guess. All right. Probably not here, so I'll just check in desktop. So that's it here, sample 2. Open and let's load the document. So you find this stuff, displayed here. So don't bother yourself. Don't just bother yourself with what it is. There are no tables. That's why I do not have tables here on this page, so far, because I haven't used tables in my Microsoft Word document. Right. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom, and process data. Yeah. So it's being converted to XML. Okay, I think it's complete now. It's been converted to XML. So I'm going to download the XML file. But while that is taking place, I'll go to Moodle and go to question bank so I can do the import. So turn editing on. Then go to click on that edit icon and go to more. Right, so that's done. Now I'm going to click on import. Now guys, it's not the ACAN format in this case, even though we prepared our questions with Microsoft Word. I'll choose Moodle XML format, and here I don't need to set the category since it's been set already in the Word document file. So I'm going to say nearest grid if not listed, and should this stop on error? No, shouldn't. Now this here, guys, remember, is the XML file that was downloaded, the XML file which was downloaded. So I'm going to just pick it, drag it, and drop it here. Then import. Let's see how many questions. 12 questions from file. Yes. And so we can see something, guys. Remember that we set the category from the file. I didn't create the category in Moodle. So if you look at this now, my word quiz 3, and it appears here as my word quiz 3 with 12 questions. So let's see the questions, edit and preview. So this is the drag and drop question, right? Edo, the capital of Edo is, that should be Benin. Oyo should go with Ibadan. Anambra should be for Oka, and Delta should be for Asaba. Submit and finish. Yeah, so every question was answered correctly. Great. Now let's see another type of question, the essay type of question. Let's see if it got imported successfully. Great. So this is the essay type of question. And let's see matching review. So this is what the matching question looks like. Edu. Remember that we provided distractors. So those distractors will be included among the options. So Edo is matched with Benin. And let's see, submit and finish. Just 2. Guys, remember what is weight. What weight did we allot for this matching question? Let's go to our file because we set it in the file, the matching question. So here it is, points set to 8. So that's correct. That's correct, guys. Mark 2 out of 8 because I attempted only 1, and that's like for every question 2 points, right? So I'm just going to close this. And what about the closed question? The passage with gaps, those gaps have every gap there has a set of options from which you pick one as the answer. So let's look at the closed question. So it's going to appear, like this. Click, you find the options at that point. Click here, you find the options at that point. Click here, you find the options at that point. So let's not waste our time on that. Close this, and let's see what other question can I pick from here. Let's look at the picture. Yeah, so what is the picture above? Remember, guys, even though in Microsoft Word, the picture was positioned or was placed under the text of the question, it will be taken to the top in Moodle. Right. Okay, so let's see. What about let's say numerical review. So let's see. This here is the one that requires units. This numerical type of question. For this particular one, a unit is required. So I'll take 11. Now 11 must have a unit. 11, since I have chosen 11, guys, let's go back to our Word document. You see that so that question is this here. So 5 plus 6 is 11, and we want it to be 11 meters. So if I have 11 and I put centimeters, that would be wrong because the unit is factored in the grading. So I'm going to take meters and we'll see if it's correct. Right, that's correct. And let's start again. This time I'm going to take 11 and pick some other units, 11 kilometers. That's wrong. You see that it's wrong here because it isn't 11 kilometers. Now let's see, what if so here, guys, I have 11. For me to put centimeter as a unit, I have to multiply 11 by 100. That's 1,100 centimeters. Let's see if that's the case. I'm going to take 1,100 and then select centimeters. That's correct. So we see, guys, it's just as easy as it gets. I'm going to leave, a description, explanation, in the comment section of this video, so you could read and understand, the different types of Moodle question. And you can visit my website for other things, Moodle, say using LaTeX for Moodle or using Microsoft Excel, preparing your questions for import into Moodle. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in my next video. So have a great day. Bye.